Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Miss English Channel, where English comes alive in everyday stories. I'm Emily, and I'm so excited you're here.
Hello, Emily. It feels so good to be back with you and all our listeners. I can already sense today's conversation will be special.
Absolutely. I had a slow morning today. Sunlight through the window, a warm cup of tea, a moment of peace. It reminded me of something powerful.
That's beautiful. My morning was different. Busy streets, people rushing, car horns, life moving so fast. But you're right, all of that is now in the past.
And that's our theme today, the past. The moments that shape us, that we talk about, that give our stories life.
Perfect. The past is more than memory. It's conversation. It's connection. Without it, we have no way to share where we've been.
Before we step deeper into the past, let's pause in the present. To our amazing listeners, if you love this podcast, please click like, subscribe to Miss English Channel, and share it with friends.
Your support really keeps this journey alive. Thank you so much. Now, Emily, are you ready to dive into the past?
I'm ready. So, the past. When something is finished, yesterday, last week, even 5 minutes ago, we use special words.
Exactly. Let's start simple. The word was. Like today I say, I am happy. Yesterday I say, I was happy.
Perfect example. Or today I can say, the sky is blue. Yesterday, the sky was gray. Just one word changes the entire timeline.
Right. And what about places? Emily, where were you yesterday evening?
Yesterday evening, I was at a bookstore, surrounded by shelves, breathing in the smell of new pages. It was magical.
That sounds lovely. I was at home, sipping coffee, watching the rain hit the window. Peaceful moments.
See? Simple. I am becomes I was. You are becomes you were. Tiny changes, huge meaning.
So we are happy now. We were happy yesterday. The shift is small, but it opens the door to storytelling.
Exactly. Paul, where were you last Saturday?
Last Saturday, I was at the park. Children laughed, families picnicked. The air smelled of fresh grass.
That sounds wonderful. Was it fun?
Yes, it was. The park was alive, and many people were there.
Perfect use of were. And me, last weekend I was at my parents' house. We had dinner together, laughter echoing in the kitchen.
Family time is the best time. Were your parents happy?
They were glowing with joy. We were all together sharing stories, and it was beautiful.
That's what language is about, painting moments. Was and were let us travel back and relive them.
Exactly. But states and places are only part of the picture. What about actions, the things we actually do?
Yes, action words, verbs. Here's the secret. For many, we simply add ed. Walk becomes walked.
Simple magic. Today, I walk to the cafe. Yesterday, I walked to the cafe. Instantly, it moves into the past.
Today, I talk to Emily. Yesterday, I talked with a friend on the phone. Real, alive examples.
Perfect, Paul. Another one, watch. Today, I watch TV. Yesterday, I watched a movie.
What did you watch?
A comedy. I laughed until my stomach hurt. And laugh became laughed.
That's fun. Cook becomes cooked. Clean becomes cleaned. Play becomes played. It's like unlocking a code.
Let me spin a little scene. Yesterday morning, I walked to the cafe. I listened to music, the city waking up around me.
Beautiful. Listened. Past tense alive. What happened at the cafe?
I waited in line, then I ordered coffee. Waited, ordered. Simple, but vivid.
That's powerful. Yesterday, I cooked dinner. I chopped vegetables, stirred the soup, and shared it with my neighbor.
Cooked. Shared. Lovely. Did your neighbor like it?
Yes, he liked it a lot. That ed ending works like magic.
It really does. But Paul, there's a twist. Not every verb plays by the rules.
Ah, the irregulars, the wild cards. I like a challenge.
Exactly. Take the verb go. Today, I go to work. But yesterday, I went to work.
Went, that's right. Last summer, I went to the mountains. Breathing fresh air, climbing rocky paths.
Perfect. I also went to the beach last year. Waves crashing, sand between my toes.
So, go becomes went. What about eat?
Today, I eat an apple. Yesterday, I ate an apple. Its crunch echoing in the room.
I love that. Yesterday, you cooked dinner. Did you eat with your friend?
Yes, we ate together. Warm food, warm hearts.
And drink. Today, I drink tea. Yesterday, I drank lemonade. Sweet and sharp on my tongue.
Perfect. Drink becomes drink. And see, today I see a bird on the branch. Yesterday, I saw a bird fly away.
At the park, I saw children flying kites. Colors painting the sky.
Lovely. And take. Today, I take a photo. Yesterday, I took a photo. Memories frozen in time.
Have is another. Today, I have a car. Yesterday, I had a long journey.
Exactly. And sing. Today, I sing softly. Yesterday, I sang loudly at a birthday party.
All these irregular verbs, they sound like puzzle pieces, but they fit beautifully.
They do. And the best way to learn them is to live them. Go, went. Eat, ate. See, saw. Drink, drink.
Emily, may I tell a story with them all?
Please go ahead.
Last weekend was amazing. On Saturday, I went downtown with a friend. We walked through markets, colors and spices everywhere.
That sounds vivid. Did you buy anything?
Yes, I bought a book, its cover old and mysterious. Then we were hungry, so we went to a small cafe.
What did you eat?
I ate a sandwich, warm and cheesy. I drank iced coffee, bitter and strong. My friend had tea.
That paints such a picture. Ate, drank, had, beautiful.
Afterwards, we talked for hours. Then we took the train home as the sun set over the city.
That was perfect, Paul. A full story with was, walked, talked, went, ate, and took. That's how real conversation feels.
Thank you. It makes learning alive.
And listeners, you can do this too. Tell your own story. Start with yesterday. Fill it with small details.
Because the past is not just grammar, it's your life, your memories, your heartbeat captured in words.
Exactly, Paul. The past is a stage, and every verb is a spotlight shining on our memories. Now, let's dive even deeper.
Let's do it. Emily, tell me, what did you do on your last holiday? I think our listeners would love to hear.
My last holiday was in the spring. I went to a quiet little town in the countryside. The air was fresh, the hills alive with wildflowers.
That already sounds like a painting. Did you go alone?
No, I went with my sister. We stayed in a small family-run inn. The walls were old stone, the windows framed the sunrise.
Beautiful. So, went and stayed. What did your mornings look like?
Each morning, we walked through the hills, the sun spilling gold on the grass. We saw sheep wandering, cows grazing. Simple, peaceful.
That sounds like a dream. And the afternoons?
In the afternoons, we visited tiny shops in the town. I bought local cheese, hand-wrapped in brown paper.
Bought. Another irregular. I bet that cheese was delicious.
It was. We ate it with bread and drank fresh juice. A perfect lunch, rustic and real.
That's the kind of holiday people long for. And the evenings?
Evenings were quiet. We read our books by candlelight. And here's a tricky verb, read. Same spelling, different sound. Today, I read. Yesterday, I read.
Ah, yes, one of those curveballs. Like the language itself is testing us.
Exactly. But we didn't mind. We listened to the stillness of the countryside. We had a wonderful time.
Emily, that story is cinematic, a perfect example of mixing regular and irregular verbs into something alive.
Thank you, Paul. And to our listeners, don't just memorize verbs. Use them. Put them into your own stories.
That's right. Even simple stories matter. For example, yesterday I woke up, I ate breakfast, I went to work, I talked with colleagues, I came home.
Perfect. Wake becomes woke. Come becomes came. A full day told in just a few verbs.
It feels powerful, doesn't it? Like holding the past in your hands and sharing it.
Exactly. That's why we practice. Let's review some big ones. Go becomes went. Eat becomes ate. See becomes saw. Drink becomes drink. Take becomes took. Buy becomes bought. Come becomes came. Sing becomes sing. Have becomes had.
And for most others, just add ed. Walked, talked, cleaned, played, cooked. They're like loyal friends, always predictable.
And don't forget was and were. Without them, our sentences fall flat. I was happy. We were together. Simple, but deep.
Emily, can we challenge our listeners?
Of course, let's ask them to write in the comments, what did you do last weekend?
Yes. Write something simple. I went to the park. I watched a movie. I ate pizza with my family.
Because when you write it, you remember it. And when you remember it, you own it.
That's the secret. Practice is the bridge from learning to living.
And mistakes, they're not failures. They're footprints on the road to fluency.
Absolutely. Every mistake is proof that you are trying, and trying is everything.
So, to all our listeners, don't be afraid. Share your story. Your past matters. Your English matters.
Yes. And we want to hear from you, because this is not just our podcast, it's our community.
Exactly. So, please, drop your sentences in the comments. Practice with us. Grow with us.
And don't forget, subscribe to Miss English channel so you never miss an episode.
Share this with anyone who dreams of speaking English with confidence. Your support is what makes this possible.
Today went by so quickly, talking about the past was more exciting than I expected.
That's the beauty of language. It turns moments into stories, and stories into connection.
So, until next time, remember, every day you live creates the past you can share.
That's beautiful, Paul. Listeners, we love you, we believe in you, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Goodbye for now.
Bye.